It's almost inherent in human beings to be afraid of change. And here's something I've seen again and again when working with leaders navigating change. The change itself is rarely the problem. The silence around it is. When an organization restructures or a leader changes or a strategy shifts, the people inside it face a very specific question. Not, is this a good decision? Most people aren't actually invested in the strategic merits of the change. The question they're trying to answer is more personal. What does this mean for me? What's in it for me? And if they can't answer it, if the information isn't there or isn't clear, they'll answer it themselves. And the human mind, under an uncertainty, does not tend towards optimism. It tends towards worst-case scenarios, and that's where resistance is born. I was coaching a leader recently who was navigating a significant restructure. There were new roles, shifting responsibilities, and a transition in leadership at the top. The strategic logic was clear to him and to the people making the decisions. But for the people inside the organization, the ones whose roles were adjacent to the changes or whose relationships with leadership were shifting, the silence was deafening. What we worked on wasn't messaging strategy. It wasn't how to announce the change. It was something more specific. Who, in particular, is most affected here? What does each of them need to understand to feel safe in this transition? And this is the question I found most useful. What is genuinely in it for them? Not for the organization, not for the shareholders, for that specific person. Here's the communication principle I keep coming back to with leaders managing change. Communications that speak to everyone often reach no one. People are not reassured by organizational logic. An all-staff email explaining why the restructure makes strategic sense does not address what anyone actually needs to know. What reassures people is when a leader takes the time, the specific personal time, to see their situation. To say, I know this affects you in a particular way. Here's what I can tell you, here's what I don't know yet, and here's what I want you to know about where you stand. That kind of conversation is slower, it's harder. It requires the leader to sit with the uncertainty themselves. But it is the work that builds trust, and trust is what makes the next change easier. If you're leading through any kind of transition right now, a structural change, a new strategy, a shift in your team, I want to offer you one question. Who in your world is waiting for clarity that you haven't given yet? Because trust either builds or it quietly starts to erode. Think about that this week. I'd love to know what comes up for you, and I'm always happy to answer questions. You can reach me via my website. Lead intentionally, always.